Welcome back to part 2. In part 1, we built the server and proved it works in the terminal. Today, we are building a front-end engine to actually see our game. Right now, I have created our index.html and game.js in a static folder in my main folder called Chicken Invaders. So now inside my index.html, I'm going to write our exact front-end layout. And I'm going to bring out this template code by doing Shift-1, and then here you have it. Now, to not waste time on this front end, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create 3 divs, and I'm going to space them out. So I'm just going to I'll change this to Chicken Invaders clone. I'm going to add the script for Tailwind, so you don't have to necessarily install Tailwind to style our front end. So let's say HTTPS. Now, to not waste time on the front end, I'm going to quickly copy the classes for the styling, and then I'll leave it for a minute so that I can have access to it. Now, so what I've done now is that I have my body with this style, and then I have 3 divs inside. So in the first div, I'm saying this heading 1 element should say Space Defenders and make it very big, and then player status. So let me format the document properly. Okay. And then we have this span with ID status and class, and the class attributes. Now this is the canvas where the game will be played, and now this is the other div. So this is the first div that takes the, let's say this is a title, Space Defenders, the player status that shows connecting or connected. Now this is the second div that shows the canvas where the game will be played. Now the third div is for the control. So here we have KBD element that says keyboard. So we're having this arrow key left and arrow key right. So we are saying that it should be used for move, and then space for shoot. Now we added our game.js script because without any ./ because that game.js is present inside the folder where the index.html file is. Now, browsers aren't fast enough to move DOM elements for gaming. We use an HTML5 canvas, which is literally a blank digital whiteboard. We wrap it in this sleek Tailwind UI to give it that arcade cabinet feel. Now, next what we're going to do now is connecting the phone line. That is, we're going to be writing our game.js logic. So here we're going to write the logic, the connection logic and basic movements event listeners. Okay, the first one is to set up the canvas. And then I'm going to say constant and game canvas is from this index.html, so that I should look for it. Game canvas move us to now you can see game canvas. Okay, let me know the ID game canvas. Spam ID status. So I'm getting it by using DOM, document dedicated means by ID status. Now let's generate We answered the phone call we started in part 1. We use an event listener which acts like an alarm. When the server sends a new map, the alarm rings and we overwrite our local variables. So far, we created our we got our we created our index.html, and then we use the ID to mark some of the elements, like this one, span ID equals status. And then in the game logic, we are getting that elements by using the DOM document object model manipulation. Document to get elements by game canvas and status. We generated a random ID. We created a secure connection, WebSocket connection to our Python server, and then we created local game states. So here is we initiating our WebSocket or interacting with it by saying socket.onOpen. That is, when it is open, change this status. So here now you can see that our status is connecting. So we're saying change the inner text to connected, ready to defend. And then socket on message, whatever message is from the Python server, change it to add it to this our local game state variable, and then send the player's intention back to the server. So now, moving forward, now we are going to have the MS Paint board and the game loop. So I'm going to write the basic draw game loop. So save function Look at this bug. This happens because a video game is just a flipbook. Request animation frame runs 60 times a second. If we don't use clear rect to erase the whiteboard before we do the next frame, it smears. So you see this that it's doing is what we call smears. It smears. We have to wipe it clean every single millisecond. We have synchronized shapes, but it's pretty peaceful. In part 3, the grand finale, we add the enemies, the lasers, and give our game some stakes with scores and value.